What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, undisputed, lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Devin the Dream Haney. 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He is 23 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. He reveals that the reports that came out that he has agreed to face off against former unified lightweight world champion, Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr., who is 20 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'9" with a 68-inch arm reach. October 15th, reports came out that Devin Haney has agreed to face George Kambosos in a media rematch. They fought June 4th here in the States, June 5th in Australia. The fight actually took place in Australia. So, Devin Haney, he outclassed George Kambosos Jr., pitched the shutout, won every single round in the fight, okay? And he became undisputed, the first 4 major sanctioned belt lightweight undisputed world champion in the history of the sport of boxing. He created history, right? And so not too many people, they want to see George Kambosos Devin Haney rematch. Now, with that said, in order for Devin Haney to even get this legacy fight for himself in his career, he had to make some very steep agreements, right? He agreed to sign with legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO Bob Arum, ESPN, and top-ranked multi-fight deal. And he also had to agree to an immediate rematch clause with George Kambosos Jr. in Australia, okay? Not to fight Devin Haney, but for the belts, okay? So he had to agree to fight George Kambosos for the belts, okay? And so with that said, there's another guy who made an announcement, in 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasily Lomachenko, who is 16 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 11 wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'6" with a 66-inch arm reach. He announced that he will be making his ring return October as well. Now, Devin Haney, he had placed on the social media that October he'll be making his ring return, and he stated that he wants to fight Lomachenko, or he wants to fight undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 27 wins, no losses, no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He's 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. But clearly, Gervonta Tank Davis and his team, Mayweather Promotions, Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellaby, they're going in a different direction. They are focused on, trying to secure a fight with lightweight, junior welterweight, superstar Mexican title contender and King Ryan Garcia, okay? So they're looking to fight Ryan Garcia in their next fight. They're not looking to fight Devin Haney. So Devin Haney, he set his sights on fighting Vasily Lomachenko, okay? So these reports came out that ESPN have reported that, and Michael Benson reported that Devin Haney agreed to fight George Kambosos October 15th. Okay, they have an agreement. So Devin Haney immediately took to social media and said, this is all cap, and that I'm looking to make the biggest fights happen. And this is absolutely the last resort for Devin Haney, right? He wants to fight Lomachenko. He wants to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. So he says that he did not agree, to fight, nor did he sign anything to fight George Kambosos October 15th. So he stated that that's simply not the truth, okay? He's still open to fighting, possibly securing a fight with Lomachenko, whom he's been seeking out for quite some time, or, the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, which clearly that's not going to happen. And there's no reason for Devin Haney to even make mention of Ryan Garcia, who is now 23 wins, no losses, no draws, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 23 years of age as well, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. They came up in the amateurs together. They're very familiar. They fought each other, as reported, about 4 times in the amateurs, right? So they're very familiar with one another. And it's abundantly clear Ryan Garcia, who became Devin Haney's mandatory at one point in time for the WBC title, and he still didn't take the fight. Then he took to social media and he stated that Devin Haney was boring. He did interviews saying Devin Haney was boring. He needs to up his excitement, so on and so forth, right? But at the same token, he's saying that Devin Haney is the best lightweight in the world. and he's saving him for last. Even in a recent interview he just did with ES News, Ellie Setback, in which Ellie Setback said something completely outrageous in my opinion. He said that Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia will do 5 million pay-per-views. That's one of the most ridiculous things I could have ever heard. Okay, first and foremost, Floyd Mayweather is the pay-per-view king. Okay, the cash cow, the pay-per-view king, broke every record known to sport of boxing, and he ain't never even come close to doing no 4 million pay-per-views. So, let alone 5 million. So he said that Gervonta Tank Davis in this climate, okay, is going to do 5 million pay-per-views. No, nowhere near. Ryan Garcia has never even fought on pay-per-view. He didn't even sell out his hometown and at the Staples Center, now Crypto Arena in Los Angeles, in his last fight this past Saturday against former multi-division world champion Dominican star boxer Javier Fortuna. He didn't even sell out the arena. He sold half the arena out. Tickets was going for $26. And you're telling the world that he's going to do a 5 million pay-per-view buy? That's not going to happen, okay? Ellie Setback is too well-versed in the sport of boxing and knows better than that to say that to the world, okay? So they'll be lucky if they do 500 to 700,000 pay-per-views, let alone 5 million. You'll be lucky if you do 1 million, especially in today's climate with the way people illegally stream fights, okay? There's no way he's going to do 5 million pay-per-views, okay? So with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, they have their sights set on facing each other. And in an interview with Ellie Setback, Ryan Garcia, he stated that he wants to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, Teofimo Lopez, and Lomachenko. Didn't even make mention of Devin Haney name, right? It's abundantly clear he's not comfortable with the fight with Devin Haney. It's abundantly clear, that he don't feel like he's confident that he can even beat Devin Haney. So he's not really, interested in fighting Devin Haney. Of course not, because he don't think he can win the fight. It's a bad style matchup for him, okay? So with that said, Devin Haney, he's seeking out the best, but it looks like it's going to, by default, George Kambosos Jr. is going to be his next opponent. By default, right? Now, he said that he didn't agree to the fight. Now, Lomachenko, he's been, he's 34, okay? Lomachenko is 34 years of age. Time is not on his side. Lomachenko stated that his goal, his number one objective is to secure a fight, with anybody who has all the belts, because he wants to secure his legacy. He wants a legacy fight. He wants to be undisputed. So that was Lomachenko's goal. Well, the goal, he pushed off fighting Devin Haney when Devin Haney was his mandatory. He said he was too green, okay? He didn't show much interest in fighting Devin Haney. He opted never to fight him when Devin Haney was his mandatory, like I said. And so now Devin Haney has what Lomachenko wants. Now, people are going to say, well, Lomachenko is just coming back. Lomachenko is trying to get his feet wet. Lomachenko, been out the ring. He's been 10 toes down in the Ukraine, defending his home country in the unfortunate situation that they're going through with Russia, right? And so, Lomachenko, he need to have a tune-up fight. Well, Lomachenko has not been out the ring that long, contrary to the popular belief. You may think, it may feel like he's been out the ring for an extensive period of time, but that's absolutely not true, because Vasily Lomachenko most recently fought against Richard Comey in December of this year, okay? And prior to that, he fought Luke Campbell in August of 2019. He stayed out the ring and didn't fight Teofimo Lopez, now largely due part to the global pandemic, but he didn't fight Teofimo Lopez till October of 2020, right? And even then, when he fought, he knew he wasn't going to be available to fight, because when he fought Luke Campbell, he could have fought Devin Haney, who was his mandatory, and defended his WBC title. Instead, they opted to be franchised, okay? They opted to be franchised. They became franchised. That was August, okay? Teofimo Lopez, Richard Comey, who he was waiting for, wasn't fighting till December 14th of that year. So that means he would have been out the ring from August all the way to December. Now, keep in mind, the winner of the fight is not going to be ready to fight him until 3 months after their fight. So now you have to tack on, so you're talking about January, February, March. So he was out the ring. He would have been out the ring from August to March, okay? So let's do the math. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. That's 7 months. Now, he fought in December, right? Of 2021 again. So now we are in July. So we are in the 7th month. So he's been out the ring. So it's not that far off than what he's already done. So it's, you know, it's not that he need now, obviously his mindset being in the situation he's been in with the Ukraine and that current climate and the mindset. Now I can understand that. But as far as it goes as layoffs and ring rust, no, that don't count. So Devin Haney, he debunks the notion that he's agreed to fight George Kambosos October 15th, said that's absolutely not true, and he's still waiting on Lomachenko. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.